This video is really casual and just to share experience of how I survived Token 2049 because I was super lucky. Despite the floods, I was in floods, but I wasn't really affected by them, and I got a taxi and everything went well. So I wanted to share with you a few things and a few tips how I did that, and just tell you overall like how the Token 2049 experience was. Because one thing I could say to you, it was unique. No events that I ever attended or ever heard of they were flooded in that way how Dubai was flooded right now. So everybody who is watching this right now and you are in Dubai, you know what I'm talking about, and we already have a sense of unity between me and you because we survived Dubai. We survived Dubai, and in 2 months, 3 months, when we're gonna go to see different side events, we're gonna bump into each other, we're gonna meet, we're gonna shake hands, and the first thing that we're gonna say, we're gonna smile and we're gonna say, hey man, remember Dubai? And then everybody's like, yeah, remember Dubai. And then we're gonna move on. And this is important element of community uniting, because there was a big crisis, and big crises they typically unite people together. So well, my experience was very good. So I came down on 15th. My plane landed on 15th in the evening before the storm started, because the storm started in the evening from the 15th to 16th, around 2 a.m. on 16th. Then I came to a hotel, went to sleep. Nothing serious. Then I get up in the morning, I look at the window, I see everything is like super gray. It's storming, like the rain is pouring rain from the sky. I'm like, okay, like, haha, Dubai, haha, like this, what a chance that there's going to be rain today, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going for the breakfast. I don't understand what's happening outside. And then I'm getting a taxi, I'm getting out on the street, and then I see that the street is like, not a street, it's like a water. It's like 5 centimeters of water everywhere on the road. I'm like, okay. My taxi comes, I'm jumping the taxi and we start driving. And then suddenly, like, I look at the window and then I see everything. I see the floods. It's already like 30 centimeters of water, like 20 centimeters of water. So it's like the level of the water that I see that other cars are starting, like, to swim in the water. And I'm like, what this could be? Like, I hope we are not stranded here on this highway. Everything went well. So like in the morning, everything was already flooded, but the rain kept going until around 8 or 9 p.m. So it was raining and pouring rain through the whole day, with few periods where it didn't rain. So it was even more flooded, like the potential for I didn't understand what is the potential for the flooding. I came to the first side event. It was cancelled, of course, because of the rain. I spent some time there, chatted with few people. After that, I went to another side event, or didn't took the taxi. I took the train, and it was like a very smart decision. I took the metro, and we were just looking from the upfront how people were struggling, and the metro was still operating in the midday. Then I got to another side event. We had to have a side event with CMOs and Lanchon, but it didn't happen because guys got stuck in the traffic, and they spent like 2-3 hours in floods and all the things. So instead of that event, we went on another one, which I forgot what was the name, but it was like a rather big conference. And that one was okay, but I didn't know anyone on that conference, like at all, in not projects, and it was the mix of blockchain and AI, so it was hard to understand what this conference is about, but it was okay. Like, they had good food, and I met a lot of good people there, like Ankush, Ashish, what's up guys? And after this event, I started going home. It was already like 8 p.m. And that's when I understood that everything is already done, because my plan was, okay, I'm getting to the metro, and then from metro I'm going home, and that's basically it. That was my plan. So first part was, getting to the metro, and getting to the metro involved me taking my shoes off, socks off, getting my pants up, and then going into the water. And it was like awful thing. That was the most awful thing that I did, because the water is like I don't want to chat about this. So like after you go through this water, I'm getting to the metro. Getting up on the metro, we sit down on the train, we ride maybe like 4 or 5 stations, and then that's it, metro stops, and they say, okay, this is the last station, see you later. And then, I'm getting up on the train station, and it's like full of people, and everybody's waiting for taxi, everybody's waiting for bus, nobody knows what's happening. No communication, nothing. It's like, you know, you just get out on a random station and you see it's full of people that are waiting. So I tried to catch a taxi, nothing worked. Like I put a lot of different price ranges, nobody came for me. I waited for the bus. Bus didn't came. So there was really like one decision for myself. Decision whether I stay here and I wait this night, whether I go to some hotel and then I sleep in that hotel, or the third one, whether I follow the adventures and I go home by foot. So I chose the third one. Because that's what my heart told me to choose, and I started going. But before going, I made a clear agreement with myself. The first one, I'm 100% getting home today, and it doesn't matter how many. Like I had 18 kilometers to walk, so around 4 hours if you just go straight. But the reality wasn't like that. It was like everything was flooded. So you need to go, you need to turn around. Because the second agreement I made with myself that I'm gonna get home dry. I wasn't planning to get off my shoes, and that was the main thing. I'm getting home and I'm getting home dry. So I started walking in the direction where I needed to go. A lot of people, like at the moments when there was no way for me not to go into the water, I was taking a step back and was finding another path. Maybe it was a lot of times I needed to change my directions, change my streets, but still go in the same direction. And along the way I found a friend for myself. The guy name was Taha, and he's a flight attendant at Emirates. He just landed earlier that day, and like for him it was even harder because he had 2 suitcases and he was going through all of these things with 2 suitcases. And basically me and him, we resonated on the point that we are not getting wet and we're getting home today. So we started, like when everybody followed one path through the water, we were looking for all the paths besides the water that was avoiding the water. And we spent like maybe 1 or 2 hours together. We were just going. It was very nice. After that, after some time, it was like maybe 3 hours that we were walking. We parted our ways, and he went left to the Burj Khalifa where he had his hotel, and I went right because I still had around 3.5 hours of going. So like 30 minutes, I was going like around 2-3 hours. And then at certain points, I was really like a bit tired, so I decided to rest a little bit. It was a very nice road with I found a very good big highway without any floods, and then I was just sitting there, and then I ordered. I tried to order a taxi, Uber, Careem, nothing worked, and then suddenly I got my call accepted. Mohammed, my angel, he came for me on the white Tesla Model Y. He brought me in. We started going together, and we went like what Mohammed was doing to get me home. It's unbelievable. We went on the highway was blocked. We turning around on highway and we're going the other way, and people are like beep beep, but we're going another way. And then we are from highway, we are jumping on another road, going through the places where it shouldn't be going through. The end of the story. I got home around 11:30. When I left the venue around at 8. So I spent a good amount of time going and a good amount of time driving, but the main point there was that I got home that day, and I got home dry. That's what I say, that I was super lucky, and that my experience was amazing compared to all other people that were going through the whole night, because a lot of people were like me. They left events around 8 p.m. but everything was the location where they were, or everything was so blocked that they didn't get home that night, and they were still walking. And like for example Stefan, who have been like on the chat with us, and he like was showing me that he's just walking whole night, and like it's already in the morning. It was like around 10 or 11 a.m. and he's still walking, he's still going home, and a lot of people are like that. So in that sense I was super lucky. But that's my learning from the experience. You need to have a clear understanding where you want to get and how you want to get there, and I was ready to pay any price for this. I was ready to pay any price for getting home dry and getting home that day. So in the end, it really worked out, and I'm thankful to everybody who helped me, like here in the material world, and there somewhere there in the skies. So I hope this was interesting for you guys. I hope that your experience was the same as mine, or at least it wasn't so bad. And if it was bad, then there is a reason why it was bad. I think at that moment you just needed it to be bad. So That's the thing. Go there. Like, events are still worth it. Dubai is still worth it. Next time that I'm going there, I'm checking for sure. I'm checking the weather forecast, because I do not want, or in fact, like, if I see that the Dubai starts raining, I'm just gonna stay at home. And that's basically it. That was the smartest people that I met. They stayed home on 16th and they stayed home on 17th. They didn't go anywhere. So be like them. Like, you need to know, that's the part of the experience that you pay for with your own knowledge, and this is the part of the experience that I want to share with you. If you have not been there, don't go to Dubai if it's raining, or at least if you're going, don't go anywhere at that day. Just sit at the hotel, mark this day as lost, or mark this day as today I'm working from home. Everybody going on events, but I'm working from hotel, and try to make it as productive as they're going on different events. And I tell you, that's going to be helpful. And that's basically it. It was a great pleasure to come in for the Dubai. The day where it was floods, it's like, I will remember it like forever. And I have a few good amount of videos that I made. So wishing you good luck, and see you. Bye bye.